They'll shear these 5 sheep in around about the same time we took those juniors to shear the there goes your top 10. Connor Puha comes in with a 36.7 in that junior semi-final. Oh, there's a couple of Welshmen in there. There's a couple of ladies, an Englishman. Crikey, looking pretty sharp. Still a couple of players to come.
Yeah, that's interesting up there, John. Right, there's a couple of ladies that made it through. Some international flavour as well. Ash Jones, who I'd mentioned at that battle, that'd be a good experience for him. He's made it through, so he's going to get another go. So all very, very good. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll get that big share off. Right, meanwhile, back on the board, Stefan van Oudstad. We are in the intermediate now, okay. That's where we belong. Brings the head forward on that first sheep, first to 5. Now, once again, we can say, look, thank you to the committee for giving so many sheep up to make sure we get the top 6 correct and give them every opportunity to make it. In goes Stefan now. He's going pretty well this season, this young fella. He's had 3 or so wins already before he turned up here. So results builds confidence, folks, and confidence builds results, so it starts feeding on itself. But like winning becomes a habit. So Stefan has been in and around those that bit of company, and the other big plus, it's a bit like, you know, you can't get match fit for rugby without playing actual rugby games. You can train as much as you want, but you've got to play games to become match fit. And that's exactly what happens when they start making these finals. They realise all the different intensities that are involved, all the different dynamics, the different sets of tools they need in their toolbox and all those sorts of things. But it all comes from experiencing it. So here we go, but don't underestimate any of these other lads. Mainland's up the neck and fires under the base of the head. Slabbert all the way from Australia. Here we coming here to, you know, have a good go at this. A good go at this top 6. Let's have a look upstairs. How was he getting on? He's got 10.3, so it's all sort of neck and neck in these early stages of this heat. 3. So Sean Turton from Danny Verrick, right smack in the middle. Quite good being in the middle. When you go in for your sheep, you can just have a look, you know, when you're shearing, you never look forward. Okay, you can do that just to see where they're going, what's the pace like. We don't want anyone getting away on us. And then when you're in the pen or heading towards the pen and out, you can quickly flick your head round to see what's happening behind you. So very good spot to be in the middle there. Down on the bottom stand, Marshall Guy. Well, he has the pleasure of actually looking forward and just seeing everyone in front of him. So that's the go there, and Johnny Bulkholt has arrived. We had to give him a call, but by jolly, he must have been out the back, get himself psyched up, because at this stage his board points are very low and his pen points are very low as well. He's come with a good frame of mind, John. By jolly he has.
Yeah, he's certainly doing it well. What did you say, Marshall Guy down there on stand number 6. He's been in the winning circle right through his shearing career, and he's starting to let the brakes off a little bit at the moment as he's getting the rhythm going and rolling up that big shots on the long blow. One over the backbone and turns on to the last side. Easy peasy, looks like he's getting it at the moment. He's got away from the rest of the field. The closest to him is probably here on the front stand from Narrawahia. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank for the Welsford man, Jaden Mainland as well. Australia to the first off shoulder. Very difficult part of the sheep as he comes around the back of the head. A lot of wool around there. Got bumps and bruises and what sort of little extremities to get around him. Arms going, he's using the elbow, he's using his knee, he's got his foot in the right place. He's locked up with us with the right hand leg and amongst the crutch area, and down into the long blow he goes. Here goes Thornton though. He said, I'm not too far behind him. Dropping into the first off shoulder. Johnny Burkholt down and out to the flank. Look at him. Pops the head out. He says, let's make it easy. But still Marshall Guy down there rocking it down the first off leg. Big undermined shots. Do the groundwork right at the front of the sheep. and it'll be easy on the last side, and that's the way it always turns out. Fresh sheep on the board here on stands 1 and 2. Sheep number 4, one left in the pen for them, Gerald.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be chasing this fella Guy. He's out on his own. They don't want him getting into any sort of zone where he's feeling comfortable in a semi-final. But here he is, and he's shearing really, really well down on that bottom stand, that Marshall Guy. Away he goes. Sit there, little honey. Don't you go moving. Now he's starting up the line, the long blow up. He fired about 4 little shots in there. It would be normally 2. But he just done a bit of improvisation and said, oh, if you're going to lie there for a wee second, I'll just put some wee shots in. She still wants to do some dancing. That's giving Mainland a chance to catch up. That's giving Stefan a chance to catch up. Stefan up and round the back of the ears he goes. He's starting to work a bit of sweat up, ladies and gentlemen. They're putting on a performance for you. They're working really hard. It's probably all about them at this stage. But anyway, we're here watching. They like that. They like to be shining under the spotlight. And right at the moment, it's Marshall Guy. Have a look at the points too, ladies and gentlemen. He's sitting really well at 26.1. Oh, all this technology. He dives in for the last one. One big step. Come here, little baby. I'm going to get into you. Into the belly will he goes. It's another perler that arrives. Stefan on the front stand. What else is happening? Slabbert from Australia. Working in round the head. He's normally thinking where all those wrinkles from up the neck. You're in Masterton now, you're in New Zealand. These are the the second shear, and they're just sort of, they don't have all those wrinkles. They have a nice tight skin within reason, and away he goes on long blow now. Sean Turton from a Dannyburg, one left standing the pen, hits the long blow, thinking by jolly, the boys are starting to turn the heat up. Buckholt, he might have been a late arrival. We had to give him a call. How's he getting on with a 31.9 of Jobs inside a terrific look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Those sheep are well shorn. I'll be surprised if the wool wants to grow back. It's that finely cut towards the skin. On to the last shoulder goes Sean. Right smack in the middle there once again. Now on the journey home, the money side. But it's all action at the moment. It's a young fella, Marshall Guy. Look at that. He has got some good rhythm going. Flicking that handpiece hand, going back and tidying things up. That's when you're in a good place. When you can see them just thinking, oh, it's a wee bit there. I'll go and get that little tassel. I've got time. I'm out the front. I've got the time points covered in this semi-final heat. I can tell you that. And he's swinging that big arm of his. The body's held nice and still, conserving his energy. The sock wool's flying. He'll be pleased with that shear, ladies and gentlemen. Marshall Guy stops the clock. Blue score at the stage of 33.7.
Could we have Russell Knight? Russell Knight, please. Russell Knight to see Mr. Precious. Okay, what are we up, Gerald? We've these guys, we've got one on the back end finished. The other 5 are hitting the button now. Mainland from Wellsford completes the task. Likewise, there's an Arawahia. Stefan Osterschult got that done. Number 5 down there, Johnny Burkholt from Whanganui.
Oh, that's a good shear by Marshall Guy, John.
Oh, he's
terrific shear.
Oh, well, it's a good start. He's put the pressure on everybody else now with a 35.
Look, he's got a shearing stance or body, isn't he? Look how tall, big tall fella, thin, all muscle.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. There was 4 of them down here, giving us a good old workout at the Golden Shears and cleaning up most of the prizes throughout the western coast of the North Island. Under the shoulder and down out to the flank for our Australian. Working the blows across that last side, the money side of the sheep. He was hoping he'd done enough. Doesn't look too bad up there on top at the moment. But of course there's still a few points to be added on. Finishing touches there for Thurton. Finishing touches, round of applause. That's heat number 1 out of the road, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff in this intermediate semi-final sponsored by Trust House. Okay, Shearers on the board, please. We have a green light. That's the go for me. Oh, that's a beautiful one. If she won't get down the porthole, you have no influence on the one that comes into the back of the pen. And that is the problem. You have no influence. You get luck of the draw. And it could be a worse little mother. May as well shear what's in front of you. We've got big Bart Hadfield, the referee, here this morning. Bart's an ex-Wanganui lad, but he's now up in the Wairarapa. Sean, if you had held a couple of records in his time, it was all Bart. Okay, Shearers on the board. Come on. Oh, we've still got another one. They're trying him out. International flavour once again. Stands 1, 2, 3 and 6. Thumbs. I need the thumbs up, Bart. Thumbs up, have we? Thank you, Bart. Okay, we're ready to go this time round. Timekeepers are right. Judges, competitors, go. Woohoo. Finally, we're underway. And down on stand number 6, Elgin Jones from Wales. From Raupanga on 5, Carlton Aranui. Hemi Lambert from Raupanga as well. Hey, crikey, we've got a couple of locals there. Hey, they're sticking together, those fellas. James Mackenzie from Wales tightens the tension on his knob. Wants that perfect cut. That cutter's got to go across that skin very nicely. Nick Greaves on stand number 2 from England, and Lewis Pincol from Chile up here on the front stand. Oh, these guys will be pretty stoked to be making the semi-final. Can they go all the way and get that big prize at the end of the day? I think they'll be trying their darndest, Gerald, and we wish them the best of luck.
Yeah, it definitely will be, John. There's you just heard Rick call out the next heat that's going to be on after these, and there's a lot of good names in there that have been in a lot of finals too. So there's a fair bit at stake. We're going to take the top 6 through for the big finale. So everything's going to go pretty well here over these 5 sheep. And Lewis Pincol from Chile. We haven't had too many Chilean shearers around the place that I can remember in my years of commentary. He'd be one of the first ones, but he has made a serious number of finals down south, and he has won a lot of finals, this young fella. So keep an eye on him. Then England. Well, you don't come all the way from England to shear a few sheep in New Zealand and just for a day out, do you? So here he is at the Golden Shears, and he'll be giving it everything he can too. And Nick Greaves swings that body backwards and forwards to keep a bit of movement going. He's the first one with the hand on the catching pen door. 1 minute and 53 seconds. Courtney Sean jump starts the handpiece and buries a handpiece into the belly wall with 1, 2, 3. Cleans the brisket off. It's got to go right, otherwise the judge on the board will bomb you for that. Tightens the tension knob down once again. He just not running quite smoothly as you would like it as he works that left hand. As a couple great old veterans walk past me. Greaves from England, 1, 2 up the back. Now we've got James Mackenzie. How are you, JJ Kringle? James Mackenzie from Wales on sheep 2 as well. 1, 2 up the back there. Fires one up and over the ear. Up the neck he goes now. Puts his hand over the nose of that sheep. Says, here, I'll give you something to think about. I'll cut your oxygen off for a wee second or two. And she didn't like it too much. Henny Lambert from Ruapunga. We like the sound of that. Way he goes. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Got a bit of a flow about it, bit of rhythm. Ruapunga. Away he goes on the Long blow there, swinging the body. Look at that good straight leg. He has it there, brushes the cheek wall. Oh, he's happy. Straight down. He put that big long blow on, you see, ladies and gentlemen. Cut that neck out. Straight onto that last shoulder. And he's firing a lot of shots in there. He's firing a stack in there. But that's okay. This is show time. We want them looking really, really nice. They'll be out the back getting themselves mentally prepared. Well, let us know you're here, fellas. The show's gonna keep on running. Running into the pen, Lambert pulls out sheep 3. He's into that. Some of these youngsters all fired up in the prime of their life. They're strong, healthy young men. They can shear all day, day in and day out. They just love it. They're hungry for sheep. They just want more and more dry sheep. Just give me more sheep, boss. I'll just keep working. Oh, yeah, I know, but you sure you're right? You've done, this is your day 13 now. Oh, no, I'm good as gold. I'll just keep working as long as those sheep are dry. That's the mentality these youngsters have. They are hungry for work. And it's not all about the money. They make good money too. Sure thing they do. But it's inside your body. You just want to shear sheep. You want to become better at it. You want to see if you can increase your tally. It becomes very much a personal challenge. Aranui. Round he goes towards the long blow now. Elgin Jones from Wales. Out of that, well, I'm making out there's a sports academy over there. There's probably not. But look at those big fluent shots. He's banging on sheep number 3. Up and round the back of the ears he goes. Gets ready to lie it down. Greaves has already done that from England. Hello there, neighbour. I'm already on the long blow. And away he goes. Turns to the last side now. Come on, neighbour, come with me. Just over the borders there. On to the last shoulder. Big first half by Greaves. He'll come flying home on that one. I can tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Look how small those little shots are. He put that big swooping blow in on the last long blow, which cut all that wool out. On the journey home he goes now, working the left hand. How's the Chilean boy getting on? These Chilean workers, they're not frightened to work. They have a great, what do you call it? They're very, very polite people, I can tell you that. They have massive respect for their employers and their folks and elders and all those sorts of things as he starts hitting the money side now too, with 5 or 6 shots to go. Greaves is wrapped up. Oh, look, John, they're running in and out of those pens. They are hungry for this top 6.
Yeah, I just see a change of blade there for Hemi Lambert. He says, I've had a little bit of dust in the middle of the back of that one. I want a fresh cut on. Oh, it becomes a little bit of a disease because Elgin Jones changes down there on stand number 6. Very, very small blanket across these field. Nick Greaves, a little bit of trouble settling that one down for the undermine. Got it now. Likewise, James McKenzie. Sheep starting to rock its head around. Needs to let it nestle just above his knees and push those big blows down towards the backbone on that undermine. Starting right out on the sock. Round over the tail he goes. 2 good shots up the back there, straight up the backbone. And a little bit of pressure on the sheep. She says, oh, I don't like that, darling. He steps forward now and takes the pressure off and she relaxes a little bit. But that's upset her. That's going to be in the back of her mind for the next 30 seconds. And she will react sometime along the before he gets the job done. Into the long blow and winding one over the backbone. Royal Punga's Hemi Lambert closely followed by Carlton. Here he gets nothing between Aranui and Lambert at the moment. They're blow for blow. The Englishman, he's battling here to get onto that last side. He was out in front at the beginning of the sheep. But he didn't have the fresh gear coming on. These boys down on the far end, they've worked out a game plan. Over the shoulder on the last side with a fresh comb on is the Welshman. Oh, pressure lining up. We've got 7 minutes and 20 gone. The Chile man comes over the top now. Come on, Lewis, keep it hard and flat, mate. That's the story. James McKenzie across the shoulder blade, but the lead has changed. It's Carlton Aranui gone in this time. Hemi Lambert right in behind him. 3 shots back, up, down there on stand number 6. Oh no, it's stand 2. We're going in for the 5th and final sheep.
Oh, they're hungry for the speed stakes, aren't they? A lot of ego up there. and they can soon get caught up on it. This is what happens in this shed, folks. Day in and day out, they chase each other all day just to get what's known as the catch, to be one ahead. And a couple of these buddies, Lambert and Aranui, are going ding-dong at it. Up the undermine, young Lambert goes 1, 2, off with the top knot, 3, 4. Aranui says, I'm not too worried about the fancy rhythm, the old beat going. I'm just going to get the job done as he fires those big shots in. Look at the concentration on that fella's face there, Aranui, as he slowly starts to wind into the long blow. The two are done. Lambert says, where you gone, baby? Come back, what's going on? I'm 5 or 6 shots behind you, only went in 1 into the pen for the last one. He is just motoring away. Aranui's hit the turbocharge. Down onto the last side he goes. Pincoll up the neck he drives. Well, Jones on the bottom stand. What else is happening up there? Plenty's happening. Onto the long blow he goes. But at the moment the spotlight is on Colton Aranui. The last and final shots getting done. Flicks the handpiece. A little bit of showmanship. He's feeling in a good place. He's in the zone. He's in the space he wants to be. He hits the clock to stop that there. The red button's done. She's all up to the officials now. And what has been happening since then? Young Henry Lambert thought, wow, blimey, mate, that was a bit hard. We talk about that later. Showed me up a wee bit in front of 200 or 300 people. But he's on the money side now. Mackenzie's coming at him. Greaves has been there and done that. Got the red button done, and he's got the machine turned off, and now the sheep's down the hole to the judges. Lambert says, sit still, baby, you've taken a lot of work. Mackenzie's going to be finished. Pincold's going to be wrapped up, and Henry Lambert has had to work exceptionally hard. It's been a battle to get that one, Sean. He's been there and done that. Give them a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's down to the officials now.
Yeah, just goes to show you can be out in front 1 minute and the sheep will take control and you can be at the back of the field. Okay, Rick, we got heat number 3. At the top of the heap at the moment is Marshall Guy with a 35. We have 6 contestants left to can change those figures up there if they like. We've got Greaves, Jones, then off to shot, Aranui, Bocolt, Pincoll, Mackenzie, Slabert, and Lambert into the 10. Trouble is we're cutting it down to just 6. That's what's going to hurt. We have a green light, gentlemen. Could we have you on the board? And I say 1 out, all out. Oh, that includes the referee. Okay, looking pretty good, are we? Pull him out of there. Come on, Mr. Foot. Thank you, Mr. Hatfield. We get the thumbs up. Shearers on the board. Timekeepers are good. Judges. Competitors, go. We're off and going here in the last of the Trust House Intermediate Shear semi-final. Hugh DeLacy from Rangiora on stand number 1. Michael Hurley from Martree on stand number 2. Caleb Foot from Glen Murphy. Glen Murray. Whatever. Is that a South Island that just rolled that R in there or something?
I'm not sure what the story is.
Aaron Wakefield from Napier on stand number 4. And we've got Marley Happy from Mataura in the south on stand number 5. And the Welsh flag is flying for Dylan Lewis down on stand number 6. Crikey. This as well, we've got a couple of Kiwis at the top of that heap in that intermediate stack up so far. Otherwise, it could have been all Welshmen. Wouldn't that be a bit of a jolly?
Yeah, well, it's they're starting to work their way into the system. They're inside the wheel, as one would say. But she's going to be a mighty little wee third heat here, folks. Hugh DeLacy, Rangiora, front stand here. Made a number of finals, so he has, and he's had 2 or 3 wins for this season. Then you've got a man right beside him, Hurley, who's also been in a heap of finals, and they're right beside each other, keeping an eye on each other. Caleb Foot has made a number of finals. Wakefield's been in the finals, so it's all action. These boys have been, these are the finals that have come before the Golden Shears. It starts nice and early with Alexander and on to Waimati. This is down south anyway, and the likes. Then we're moving down to Marley Happy. Well, he's had a really good run just of late. He's the New Zealand crossbred lamb shearing champ. He's also won the Southern Shears just not long ago, and he's also won the Balclutha Shears. Okay, so he's right on song, and a couple of them are on second shear as well. So lots of the who's who in the intermediate grade up there at the moment. So down on the bottom though, from Wales, and don't underestimate them, is the Mr. Lewis. So he's into the belly wall. They've all got sheep number 2 just in the middle there. Wakefield just doing the finishing touches to sheep number 1. Hence why we have 5, in case one man gets a little bit of disadvantage with one that's got a little bit of flavour about it, a bit of feistiness. So yeah, there's going to be a wee final within a final here, because they will be wanting the speed stakes. It is becoming important to have a good time, at least be right in there with the leader, very close to him, if not have the best time. So where are we sitting that way? How's this young Marley getting on? Of course, he's a Mataura boy way down on the bottom coast there, or towards the bottom coast of the South Island. Under the watchful eye of maybe his grandfather might be, Cliff Happy, who you saw shear before in the senior, who's sort of mentoring all those youngsters down that way and doing a fantastic job and doing a good job. Of course, he's got these boys really smoking. He's got Marley Happy winning all these shows. Brett Roberts has won a number of shows here, and of course, it was the senior winner here last year as well. So big effort to those boys coming out of Mataura. Some very, very good shearers coming out of there. Plenty of sheep down there on the hills through the Mataura, Clinton Gorge and the likes. Plenty of good hills in there, and the sheep are just like these babies. Good second shear, and Marley's enjoying them, and he's the ringer of the field at the moment. What's the ringer, ladies and gentlemen? It's the fastest person in the shed. Hey, but it's a tight heat there, isn't it, John?
Yeah, Michael Hurley, he put in a quick one there. He realises time's against him. 4 minutes and 20 seconds are gone, and we're bringing out another sheep for Aranui Wakefield there on stand number 4. The rest of them I got the third sheep, half Sean Hurley here around the back of the head on stand number 2, DeLacy from Rangiora. 3 or 4 blows behind him, clattered foot on the middle of the stand there, right into the long blow. Wakefield just a few blows going down that first undermined. Big shots up over the tail. Coming off the long blow is the Mataro man. He's doing it pretty easy down there. Keep an eye, how's he going up on the top? Oh, looking pretty sharp, these guys. They know that the wood's against them. They've seen all the scores of the previous 2 heats across the shoulder. The last side there for Caleb Foot. Michael Hurley under the shoulder as well. Under the shoulder and down and out to the flank for Marley Waihappy. To the top of the shoulder now for DeLacy. Crikey, that's all starting to tighten up and just back off the pace a bit as Wakefield, but he'll have the quality. Trying to keep that right, and he turns onto the last side. Fresh blade on now for Mr. Foot. Then he goes for sheep number 4. Hurley, he does the same. He follows suit down there on 5. Waihappy changes as well. Still 3 to complete their third sheep. Sheep number 4 on the board for 2, 3 and 5. And they're all got a blanket over them, and those 3 and the 3 on the other end are all the same as well. Into the change of hampers here on the front stand, and he's looking pretty sharp. But how do you see these South Island boys coming up against the North Island boys in this heat, Gerald?
Well, I'm going to back them, of course. They asked my opinion on who might win the Golden Shears Open, and I had to back that Nathan Stratford, of course, because he's a local yokel of mine. But so, yeah, the Marley Waihappy, if he can take this, or as I said it earlier, results builds confidence, and confidence builds results. He is on a winning streak. Winning has become a habit to Marley Waihappy, but these other boys, you can talk about it as much as you want, Gerald Spain, but when it's going to all happen up here on the board, this is just a semi-final, but they're starting to hook into it. They're starting to get wrapped up in all this occasion here. Foot onto the last shoulder. Cheek wall clear for Hurley. Really working the body. He's got the good luck charm on round his neck. Come on, good luck charm. Send me some good, strong spiritual vibes here. Get this hand of mine working. Send me some energy. And away he goes on the last side now. Right out to the toenails he goes. How's that Waihappy going? Marley, he's on the journey home too. Foot's decided to bring the head forward. These are some of the who's who of the intermediate grade. They're doing a ding-dong battle up there. Hurley pulls out a little beauty, sits it down, says, just sit, honey, and I'll have you done. I won't even scratch you a little bit. You'll hardly know anything's happened. It'll just be a funny little buzzy thing roaring around you. And so it is. He's at the first hind leg. He takes his time there. He's got to line the shot up well and does so. Flicks the head out of the way. Once again down to the fertiliser works. 1, 2, 3 big shots up the back. It's going to make for a quick last side. What's Foot going to do? I'll do 2 and see if I can hustle bustle this young fella in front of me. Marley, what does he do? 2 super duper undermines. He's going to have a short long blow and a real quick last side as well. It's all go here on the semi-final event. This is the last heat of it. Round and up and over the ears goes Marley. Round to the long blow goes Foot. So does Hurley. DeLacy. He says, boys, settle down. We're going for the top 6. This is a Golden Shears, Hugh. You got to come with us, mate. Time's going to mean a lot here today. There's a lot of names from the deep south. There's a lot of names from the top of the North Island. We're all here from all corners of the world to take this title. You're going to have to give it everything you got. And that's what Hurley's doing. That's what Foot's doing. And Marley Waihappy, give it death. Waihappy, come on, Marley. Onto the last shoulder he goes, working that hand, but Foot's got a kicker. Is it going to be enough for young Marley to take the front? I don't think so. Foot's all the way out. Bit of noise from the Matara people. Let's go, young Marley. Hurley. Roy's got a kicker too. Foot's the first one in, ladies and gentlemen. Marley's right at the toenails. Hurley's right out to the toenails. He's the next man in for the time clock. Marley's worked up a sweat, this youngster, all the way from Matara. That's a super shear. Wakefield, he says, I'm doing the job. Hugh Lacey says, look here, Mr. Gerald Spain, I'm working away. There's other things involved here as he goes right at the toenails. Hey, it might have looked like I'm quarter of a sheep down, but it's really only 1 point in time, about 15 odd seconds. Lewis, all the way from Wales. Who's in the middle there? Wakefield gives the handpiece a bit of a flick. Look at the work they've done, ladies and gentlemen. Sweat starting to pour off their back. Could you imagine doing that for 8 to 9 hours every day? Because that's what these lads do. Not under the lights like this, and probably not under this sort of intensity, but that's what they do every day. Danlin Lewis down on the bottom stand. Running time just about to be stopped, and so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a super morning at the Golden Shears. Give them all a round of applause. All the wool handlers that have been, all the shearers that have been. We've just had the last and final semi-heat, or the heat really of the semi-final of the intermediate shearing, sponsored by Trust House.